talk about this trip and open the lens somewhat, as I say. What do you expect from Trump in the Gulf starting Monday?
Let me say the following. Many of us in Washington have made the case for greater American involvement in the Middle East based on the geopolitics of things. Great power competition, the growing role of China, Russia and its relations here. This is not what animates this president. He is very commercially minded and transactional. And so he's coming here because he believes it is in the interest of the US economy, perhaps his interest and those around him, to have those deals here with Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar. So expect big announcements, irrespective of the fact that there's no progress towards normalization between Saudi Arabia and Israel.
Is that off the table?
It is more than off the table. I think normalization is dead, having just come from Riyadh. And President Trump is going to proceed irrespective of where Bibi Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, is.
Where does that leave, to your mind, Donald Trump's relationship with the Israeli prime minister?
It is a very checkered relationship at best. I think Donald Trump never forgot that Netanyahu was the first foreign leader to congratulate Biden publicly on his win, back when Trump was still disputing that election results. So the two have a checkered past at best. And we saw, whether it was that Oval Office moment, I would say almost a Zelensky moment there for Netanyahu when he was told the US will initiate direct negotiations with Iran, or it's the ceasefire in Yemen that was announced and again caught the Israelis by surprise 2 days ago, or normalization, as we're about to see with the GCC, that Trump will proceed in engaging this region, the Arab allies and partners, irrespective of any progress or lack thereof with Israel on normalization. So it's a very troubled place for the Israeli prime minister to be with Israel's primary ally in Washington.
Okay, let's talk about what he will be bringing to Riyadh, Qatar and the UAE, and what these three, energy-rich, capital, countries with real capital heft at present can offer the US president. Very specifically, what do you expect to see in Riyadh?
I think there's a lot that can be offered that's on the table here. There is an ongoing race for AI and tech dominance, particularly between the United States and the Chinese. That is not a race that can be won by the United States without deep involvement from the GC, because exactly of the deep pockets and the capital-intensive nature of that industry, but also because of the low operating costs and the comparative advantage of having cheap energy here in the Gulf. So strategically, long-term, in terms of dominance in the AI and tech component, this will be a very important thing to watch out for in terms of upcoming announcements.